before that, we are going to hop into some Fortnite, but maybe even before that, right now, I think we need to take a look at this video right here. And that's something that I talked to you guys about before, and it's titled, as you can see, TikTok's getting packed up. And if you guys remember, I kind of explained to you all the issues with TikTok and why so many people have a problem with it, and governments have a problem with it, and how the data is actually used. So we're gonna go ahead and check this video out. It's real quick, and then I'll let you guys know what I think about it.
White House said on Monday is giving U.S. federal agencies 30 days to delete TikTok from all government-issued mobile devices. The reason, because the concern that TikTok parent company ByteDance give users data such as browse history and location to the Chinese government to push propaganda and misinformation on its behalf. You know one thing I hate? I hate when the government...
Okay, so the first thing there, if you notice what it said, and I don't know, what he's going to say about this, but it actually says 30 days to delete TikTok from all government-issued mobile devices. Now, government-issued more than likely means if you work in government on some level, on the state level, on the federal level, things of that nature. And the reason why is because of the data transfer that actually goes from TikTok to the Chinese government. People are fucking stupid. And the problem with it is that no one ever reads the TOS whenever they sign up for things. And it clearly states in there where the information is going. You shouldn't want your information out there because, in fact, that's how you end up with major security risks. And for people who are actually working in government, that's a major fucking security risk. So there should be no complaint about that. In fact, that's not even your personal device. That is something that's government issued to you. So let's see what else they have to say.
Into the Chinese government to push propaganda and misinformation on its behalf. You know one thing I hate? I hate when the government acts like they really care, like what's best for us, as if like they don't take our data right now and then push their propaganda on us. Like that's literally what they do.
Yeah, but you don't want.
I don't want nobody to do that. I don't care. I don't care if it's U.S. propaganda or Chinese propaganda. I don't care.
Nah,
What?
but
I don't care, bro.
you don't want Chinese propaganda.
I don't want no
Thank you.
propaganda.
No, you.
Okay, I lightweight get what he's saying. I lightweight get what he's saying. He don't want no propaganda. The problem with it is that's unrealistic. You get fucking propaganda from anything and everything every single day. Technically, the advertising that you get is fucking propaganda from the companies that you're actually watching the adverts from. But when it comes to government, it's legitimately a situation where even if you were living in China, you're going to get Chinese propaganda. If you're living in Spain, you're going to get Spanish propaganda. If you're living in the UK, so on and so forth, it doesn't matter. But what you should absolutely not want, being that he's an American citizen, he shouldn't want himself and other individuals to receive propaganda from the Chinese government, first off. Next up, the other problem with it, it becomes a risk because of the fact that they have all this data and information. And one of the biggest things we keep seeing that's coming up every election is malfeasance with elections, people interfering with elections. It's a huge fucking problem. And in order to kind of get rid of that issue, wouldn't you think that you would want certain information not to be shared with a government that potentially will make or take action in trying to interfere in an election? Also, let's think about this as well. Why would you want any of your personal data out there to a government that actually says that they not only mine the data for very specific reasons, but also potentially will use it in order to fuck your life up, credit-wise, everything else. It makes no sense. It doesn't matter whether you want the propaganda or what. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't want it coming from somewhere outside of the region that you're actually in. And there's no way to actually stop it unless you decide, hey, I'm going to live off the grid, get rid of all of my electronic devices, never sign up for anything. That's not possible in this case.
You had to subscribe to American. You live here, so you have to.
I ain't got to.
You have to.
No, I do not have to
You
subscribe
Yes,
to
you
no
do.
America
Yes, you do.
propaganda.
Where can you go where you're not gonna see advertisements? Where can you go where the government can't?
I know, but I don't. I'm saying I don't have to subscribe to. I don't have to like. It's not like I don't have to like just sit here and accept the fact that it's getting forced down my throat.
Okay, I get that, but communism will be a lot worse. Just way worse. Objectively worse. Getting like a social score, and then now you can't take the train because your score is too low because you done swore too many times in the video. Like, it's a different type of life over there, man.
On Tuesday, the House Foreign Affairs Committee was expected to move forward with a bill that was provided by Joe Biden. Shout out to the press. The authorization to ban TikTok for all U.S. devices. That's an estimated 130 million users. A ban will.
Now, if it's saying for all U.S. devices, that's a possibility as well. I don't know if you guys remember the company Huawei. There's a reason why Huawei phones are not sold in the U.S. There's a reason why their platforms are not on Android or Apple devices in the U.S. A very good fucking reason. And it's the same thing. It goes the same route with TikTok. And I understand that everybody takes in these 15, 30-second videos from TikTok, one after another, bite after bite. And it's a big problem. In fact, they've done tests that actually show it's a huge problem. The attention span of individuals nowadays are non-existent. You have an entire generation of motherfuckers who cannot do anything, focus on anything for longer than 30 seconds. And that's a problem.
Require passage by the full House and Senate before the president can sign it into law. Okay, I personally just don't like the idea that the reason why they're doing it is the best benefit us. I know for a fact the what is it called?
They're not
Bro,
doing
they're
it for
voting.
you.
The voting is about to happen next year. The presidential campaign is happening next year. I already know for a fact.
And this is something, he's not wrong in saying that voting's coming up, in 2024. And of course, by the middle of this year, we're going to start seeing all the different adverts from anyone and everyone as far as, Democratic side and Republican side. The catch to it still is that, they do this all the time. I think Trump even tried to do something about TikTok while he was in office. The catch to it is these things are always brought up kind of in a means to, push the voters to get, backing from the American people. But in this point, I think this time it's also very much so about the amount of influence that TikTok and just piss poor information was actually put out through TikTok concerning the last election and the election before it as well. I mean, that's just the way shit works when it comes to social media. You have a greater group of just absolutely ignorant individuals who are able to say and do anything they possibly can on those platforms to get views and have not a lick of fucking knowledge into what they're speaking about. I could go on and on about fucking TikTok, but let's let them get through this.
They're trying to get ahead of the fact that, probably there will be some outside that may be manipulating the results, or at least not the results, but spewing propaganda that can help one side or another. And they're just trying to get ahead
Which
of it.
helps
That's it.
manipulate
You don't,
voters.
but I don't want you to tell me about all these other things that's going on. That's what it is, dog.
They're gonna lose votes by banning TikTok. They're gonna lose votes because people love TikTok.
But if both House and Senate has to come
They'll lose on
together
both sides
and
at that
both
point.
okay it before he can sign it, that means that both Democrat and Republicans have to okay it as well.
No, okay, so it's different. They're not doing it for you. They're doing it for themselves. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
American power is like, you think it's a layup. Like, you think this is just the way it's supposed to be. It's not. At any point, any other country can become the new number one. And so America has.
He said that as if it's easy to become the new number one as far as like government and world powers. It's not that fucking easy. Hence the reason why the U.S. has been the powerhouse for so many years. Now, of course, with the changes in technology, information, data, and the way that things are done, even war in and of itself, it can turn the tides, but it's not going to be a layup. It's not going to be an overnight ass type of situation.
Began to lose sight of that, and
from
China
now?
has swept in and began to maintain their influence in some very sneaky ways. And I low-key kind of fucking respect it, okay? But the amount of data, it doesn't take you much to realize the amount of data they can track on your phone just by having the app downloaded.
And that's
is
the big
fucking
thing.
mind-blowing.
So they actually TikTok
the
got,
amount of data
got
that they
hit
can
with
track
by the
they
Australian
tell you they
government
can
because
track
they openly
is
admitted, like, we had
obscene.
your data.
Yeah,
We was mining that. We was because we got the
'cause
location.
your data is very valuable, and most people, especially in this country, don't care about what happens to their data, how it's sold or whatever. Most people don't give a fuck. They're like, how does that affect me? And if you can't see why government agencies knowing your data, your every move, your keystrokes, where you're at, your location, what you type, what you like, as valuable, if they...
So I want you to think about this. If you are the type of individual who thinks that, the government's using my data in some kind of illegal way, if you can't trust the government under which you live in, what the fuck makes you think you can trust a communist government with that information? One that is known for hacking, one that is known for stealing personal information and ruining people's lives. They have no bounds on that. If you don't know, TikTok is actually curated in two different ways. Now, if you were to watch Chinese TikTok versus American TikTok, they are two very different things. And it's something, I'm going to pull up a video about that, and we'll talk about it the next time that I'm on, because I swear to you, it's two wholly different things. If you look at the way that, all of American culture, things of that nature, or Western culture as a whole, all you get through TikTok is a bunch of weird-ass dances, girls on there twerking, asses out. I mean, listen, I ain't never one that's mad about an ass out and some titties popping. I'm not getting mad about it. But when that's something that you're fed constantly, and the amount of time that people actually spend on TikTok, which is obscene, when you're fed that constantly, it does alter the way that your brain works, the way that you function in day-to-day life. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's the reason why targeted ads are only 6, 15, 30, 45 seconds up to a minute, no more. And on average, you won't even see that many minute-long ads. They're typically about 15 to 30 seconds.
They know the psychography, every single American. You don't think they could use that to influence certain things this way or that way? Of course they can.
But they do that in America, though. That's my only problem.
You're missing the point,
They do that shit in America.
You're missing the point. You don't want other countries to meddle.
I don't. But what I'm saying is they already do it in America.
They're supposed to.
So I don't want nobody doing it. Period, nigga.
Hey, yo, Teflon.
Then you
Thanks
to
for the
move off the
sub.
grid.
5 months.
Hey, I'm done, bro. I'm done.
Well, how you gonna watch your basketball games off the grid, champ?
Illegally.
We got him.
No, I'm saying even the NBA deals with those pressures. We already know the countries they gotta bow down to. We know.
Yeah.
We know. We've seen it. But I'm saying like TikTok should have been banned for the same reason Huawei was packed up. You cannot let
The fuck I just say? He said it himself. For the same reason Huawei was packed up. There's no doubt. No doubt. TikTok and Huawei, they function, the companies function in the same way. And again, let me remind you all that if you are a company in China that has this form of power, listen, Facebook is banned in China, so are multiple other platforms. The last time that I was even there, this is what was so fucked up. There was absolutely zero way to use any American social media. Huawei? Okay, Deadlock asked what Huawei was. It's Huawei, which is Huawei, I believe it is. But essentially, it was another tech company. They had some bad ass phones. They lied to the extreme about their devices. Number one, it had tracking software in it, malware, all kinds of stuff like that. And then they also created a social media platform. There was a YouTuber that actually went on and was doing ads for this company, promoting it to the American public, but not, and he found out later on exactly what the software was going to do, put him in all kinds of shit. It put him in all kinds of shit. And honestly, his career after that just went straight down the toilet. I'm going to have to find the video on him. They did a whole ass, like, kind of that, what's that damn network, VH1? Where are they now? Yeah, but Huawei, I'll put it in another stream when we get on, and when I find the correct way to type it out, I'll put it in chat for you.
Let another other country add their technology, their businesses.
Oh, but back to what I was saying. When it comes to the Chinese government and the way that social media and things like that work, they oversee all of it. There was a point where there was a young man who decided, I don't know if you guys remember, what was it? It was at the point in time, Arab Summer or Arab Spring was what they called it, when the Middle Eastern companies or countries were all over Facebook, overthrowing dictators, everything else. Where there was a Chinese journalist at that point in time in China, of course, who spoke out against the Chinese government and was using Facebook. That nigga came up missing. This story was all over. Of course, they were like, well, he broke laws, so on and so forth. Didn't tell anybody whether he was in jail. It was kind of a thing of mind your fucking business, because that's how China works. Mind your fucking business, whatever. Everyone knew they murked his ass. Everyone knew it. Yeah, China don't play about that shit. Their government has their hands in their social platforms, which is why China has its very own social media platforms. Come on now.
Their influences to the point where it's swaying. It's a national emergency risk. That's what this is. I'm not even a government ass type of nigga, but we know the app spies on you. But for a second, fuck security. I just think the app is dog shit for human beings in general.
Okay,
Yo, I've been on a couple dates recently where they couldn't even run through a movie, and I didn't even realize this was a thing. I
deleted TikTok. I was mid.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Motherfuckers can't go on movie dates no more, because a movie is what? On average, typically 2 hours. Some are longer, 2.5 hours. You fuck around and see something like Avatar or something, it's 3 hours. It don't work. It don't work at all.
Like earlier this week, or maybe late last week, I looked at it, and then I remember me watching, after I got done watching TikTok, I watched like 2 YouTube videos. And I was like, man, what's taking so long with this video, man? I was like, yo, what the fuck is wrong?
Because you're so used to swiping. And it's not like a thought. Like, scientifically, you getting used to instant gratification every 15 seconds. Like, you can't even wait for a build-up no more. There's going to be no such thing as a 3-hour movie, 2.5-hour movie. Niggas, it's going to have to be fast, because there's an entire generation of people that didn't learn about. They grew up on...
Huawei is Huawei. There you go.
Technology that rewards them instantly all the time. TikTok, I swear to God, I genuinely believe has damaged the attention spans and focus of so many fucking people that it's borderline its own pandemic. And I know that sounds dramatic, but just think about all the ways in which that can hurt a society.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, like if you can't even focus on a task for a handful of seconds, what use are you gonna be to your family? But no, I know that sounds
Yo, it sounds crazy the way he's saying it, but he's not wrong. If you can't focus on a task for more than 15 seconds, what good are you in any fucking job? What good are you to your family? What good are you to your children, your siblings, your parents? Like, what good are you in general if you can't focus on a fucking task for more than 15 seconds? That's what's happening to a lot of individuals who utilize those platforms. But of course, what ended up happening, TikTok became very, very popular, very, very fast, because it's bite-sized nuggets of bullshit that people just want to ingest. So what did happen? YouTube went ahead and said, you know what, let's go ahead and create shorts. Of course, you've got Reels over on IG. Those two platforms, the reason why it works out a little bit better is because you're actually using those shorts to actually push your actual content on YouTube, your long form content. Even if you can take short form content in like the 10 to 20 minute videos that are typically created on YouTube, or the long term content, which is, hour-long podcast, or, right, it's bite-sized stupidity. That is the best way to put it. You're absolutely correct. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And the shit part about it is this. Almost anybody can become a content creator, or you can't even call them a content creator, because they're pretty much taking the same shit and spewing it out over and over and over again. in order to go viral. And when you're able to do that, what they end up finding out when those types of platforms fail, and they try and go into something like YouTube or Twitch, where you're doing streams for hours and hours at a time. What we've done, how many 24-hour streams on here? I mean, come on now. And not only that, but when you're just making those longer form of videos where they're 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes long, it's a lot different than putting together something where I can just sit here and, look and voice over a 15-second fucking clip on TikTok. So if they have to transition from TikTok and move over to a YouTube or Twitch platform, I can guarantee you that 98% of the people that are on TikTok will no longer create content. They just won't, because they don't even have the artistry, they don't have the imagination, they don't have the fucking patience to make something in a long form.
Super dramatic, but I swear to God, it just saddens me a little bit when I see people like that, because I think to myself, like,
he's stupid.
He's crazy. But that's so when people tell me why am I not on my phone too much, I just don't want to be that.
Yep.
Don't you feel like a drone? Like now I sound like the niggas in the Matrix and shit like that. But I genuinely, like, out from the outside looking in, bro, it just blows my mind how people can't even focus on a 5-minute YouTube video no more, let alone a TV show, let alone a movie. Nigga, bro, you're cooked. You're cooked.
You are.
One of my best skills is my ability to focus. Like when I want to, boom, I'm in there, and I just get in this Zen mode where I'm just not distracted for hours. And I don't know too many people like that no more.
What about the content creators? Because the one thing because it's
What
easier.
content creators?
Stop! You gotta
Damn.
stop saying it. You gotta.
Oh no, that's cold blooded. He said, "What content creator?" I feel the same way. I feel exactly the same way. There is no real original content. It's literally everyone's copying everyone on that platform, and I mean, genuinely stealing someone else's shit, putting their face on it, trying to do a voiceover on it. Where's there's no commentary, there's no reaction, there's no new opinion. It's just, let me just rerun somebody else's shit and try and get a bag off of it.
Stop saying
TikTok,
that.
look, bro.
Stop!
TikTok
Stop!
has convinced.
You're not gonna disrespect Keith Lee like this.
No.
You're not. Stop.
TikTok has
Stop.
convinced too many people
Bro,
they
stop,
create content, bro.
You're not gonna disrespect Keith Lee.
Yeah, did you know there was a new leak in the algorithm? It's not that new actually. So people that know. But on the TikTok algorithm, you could upload a wealth of videos. Your first couple of videos are designed to do better.
Yeah.
And that makes you like, oh my God, they got 5,000 views.
And now you're just on that motherfucker
Right.
trying to break.
And there you go, right there. If you pull that kind of views off of your first video, it's gonna blow your damn mind. But I can guarantee you, you switch over to YouTube, you're not getting that. Not off your first few videos. It's not happening. You switch over to Twitch, you are not getting that form of an audience. Not on your first few streams. It just doesn't work that way. But it'll plant a seed in their head. Look, I got 5,000 views off of my first TikTok video, which gets you 0 on TikTok. The actual ad share on TikTok, the ad revenue, it's trash. I mean, you have to have millions on millions on millions of views, or you have to be one of their top creators already, more than likely coming from a different platform where you dragged your entire audience over to your 15-second bite-sized clips. When you drag them over, now they want to give you the bag. It's just like Aiden Ross switching over from Twitch over to Kick. It was an easy transition for him to switch over to Kick. Aiden's been streaming since he was a little boy, and he has millions of views. Hundreds of thousands of individuals are on his streams, every single stream. Plus, the company that he switched over to, the platform he switched over to is owned by the company that he did gambling streams for, Stake. And when they offered him $150 million to switch, you goddamn right he switched. I'm not mad at him at all because Twitch was trying to do him dirty anyway. It's crazy how I get to talk shit about in essence, on some level, my employer, every YouTuber, every Twitch streamer, when we discuss some of the flaws in these platforms, it's essentially, you know, running your mouth against your employers. But technically, I mean, let's be real about it. You guys are the ones who help us, live, pay us, subscribe, donate, all of those things. All they are is just the middleman. They're just the way that we actually get our videos out to you. My sister watches TikTok, and I told her I'll laugh at her when TikTok gets banned. No, a lot of people, bruh, that's almost like that thing I always say. I want to see the internet go down for fucking 3 days. To make it even worse, let's just run it for a week. Shut the entirety of the internet down for 1 week and see what happens to the world. This, bruh, we be shocked. TikTok going down for a huge portion of the population, especially the younger generation, and then of course a lot of the older generation who get caught up in the quote unquote clout of being a part of that platform. Oh man, this motherfucker's gonna be mad.
But did you
Wait,
know?
let me just say, you're on that channel trying to read. What is it called?
Nigga, we know what you mean, bro.
Replicate. That's
Yes.
it. Replicate. I'm
And
a
then-
bot now.
And
I
then
don't
they
even
starve
know
you
what's
for
going
a
on.
little bit. But around the mid 20th TikTok post, they do this thing called heating, where like they gas up a tweet. It's a manual thing. It's like a human being decides to do it, right? And around the 20th one, it's like a reminder that like, yo, you can go viral
do
again.
this.
So like,
Essentially, they push to you around your 20th freaking I think he said tweet, but around your 20th TikTok video. Oh, come on, keep going. You can do this. We're gonna make you a star. The catch to it is this: it doesn't fucking happen. It does. You push that out to everyone, and the reason why they do it is because they need again, I'm using the term loosely, creators, in order to keep the actual platform running. Hey, Billy, did you hear the Olympics are going to have esports now? I did see that. Now I'm gonna pull up all the information I can for the next stream. Hopefully, I'll get on tomorrow because I know that. Wait, is tomorrow Friday? Bro, my days are fucked off right now. Like, I'm not even playing. I think tomorrow's Friday, and if it is, then we should have a good one. We're doing Tinder tomorrow too. No bullshit. But yeah, I saw that they are going to add esports to it. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, to the Olympics, I don't know how I feel about it yet.
it's not
just
borderline.
fucking
It's flat out
teasing.
manipulation, bro.
No, for sure.
Because
That's
people
dead-ass
aren't decided to
manipulation.
be content creators because they enjoy creating videos. They just like the attention.
Idea of,
it's
like, yeah,
easy,
yeah.
and TikTok is doing it automatically for you.
Yeah.
And so they begin to get you hooked on the process of becoming content creators because they need content creators for their app to survive. And they don't want just any content creators. They want content creators creating original content on their app. They don't.
But no one creates original content a great deal of time on that app. And that is the thing. They're gassing up a whole lot of people and keeping them away from doing things that could potentially make them successful. I know there's a lot of people who started off in this. I mean, even these two, I think that they started off as young kids. Jake Paul and his brother, of course, started off as young kids. KSI started off as a young kid. Mr. Beast, Tina, they had a lot of things that dependencies that were there for them. They had individuals they could depend on, people that were there for them, families, their parents, a house over their head, food to eat, everything else. No one depended on them for anything, so they were able to build these steady careers. But you see a lot more individuals get into this, and it's a thing where they have no real basis or grounds to even be content creators of any sort. I don't care if we're talking podcasts, if we're talking streamers, if we're talking reactors. I don't care. They don't have a grounds for it. All they're looking at is possible clout, and that's it. What are you actually giving back at that point in time? And I mean, you guys know, for me, it's always been a thing that when I get on here, we talk about real shit. We have fun together, we'll game and everything else, and it's an entertaining experience. That's the whole point to it. Sometimes I make you think. Sometimes y'all make me fucking think. And there's a transactional sort of situation there. But when it comes to just me redoing some shit that 50 other, 1,000 other, 100,000 other people have done in 15 seconds, zero message to it, I have a problem with doing that type of shit. Which is why you pull up my TikTok account. There's maybe only 5 videos on there because I realized right out the gate, nah, fuck this. This ain't it. Mobile and Wii Sport games? Okay, bro. I'm going to have to pull the info up on that.
Want niggas posting on IG Reels and reposting it.
Yeah.
In fact, they recently began to punish that content. So every part of what they do is psychologically manipulative, and it's happening from a company that's deeply tied with a government that is opposed to this one.
All right.
But there's so many reasons why it should have been packed up.
But can we acknowledge though that there are people who have become content creators on there, creating original content, have built careers off of it, and now they potentially will be siphoned. Can we at least acknowledge that? Because you're not going to disrespect my man Keith Lee.
If there's 130 million users on TikTok, all right, 130 million American users on TikTok. Out of those 130 million users, let's say that, I know it's more than this, but let's just say that 10% of those individuals are actual content creators. That's only saying 13 million of 130 million. And we know, fuck that. We could technically say like 50% of the individual. That's what I'm going to say. 50% of the people that are on TikTok attempt to be content creators on TikTok. So at 130,000 or 130 million people, we're talking about 65 million individuals being that. Out of those 65 million of them, how many of them are actually successful? Well, we know that that's typically only 0.8% to 1% of individuals. And then those successes, if we're talking about the ones that are in the, they catching the bag, they getting the bag on TikTok, it's beneath 1%. Plain and simple. The funny thing is you can make the same comparison to something like OnlyFans. If you ever see people who try and push their OnlyFans on Twitter, because it's all over fucking Twitter, I'm in the top 2% of like OnlyFans models, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what that top 2% of OnlyFans models actually make, even on a month? Maybe $500. When you get into the realm of somebody like, what's the one, the hot tub streamer on Twitch, I've spoken about quite a few times, Amaranth. Amaranth is not in the top 1 or 2%. She is at the top of that scale. And individuals who are on her level, more than likely, it's probably half of 1% of individuals on that platform, if not less. And it goes the same with something like TikTok. But they're manipulating people into thinking that, oh, you can, but all they really want is that constant content drive. That's it.
Man, you're not going to disrespect.
I seen that nigga for the first time yesterday.
Exactly. You don't disrespect Keith Lee.
No, I'm not disrespecting anybody. I just believe that it's gonna hurt me too. That's the easiest way for me to get views right now.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually think it's gonna be opposite. I actually think it's gonna help a lot of us. Not only because viewers are gonna go to YouTube.
Yep.
A, B, you'll get off your phone.
No.
I deleted TikTok. I was like, I can't do it.
Look. On my TikTok right now. On very little effort, it's like 1 million views, 7 million views, 2 million views. Like you don't get these type of attention.
Well, I don't care.
And then you could pivot that to any platform.
Can you?
No, you cannot pivot that to any platform. And in fact, the reason why he's getting those types of views, you have to remember, he's already well established on places such as Twitch and YouTube. Now, your base is going to follow you over to TikTok and catch your clips, the little clips that you do and things like that. And by them doing that, what they're doing is they're pushing you farther in the algorithm, because if 150,000 or 200,000 or a million of your already 3-5 million subscribers come over from another platform and view you on something like TikTok, of course TikTok's going to push your shit out there a lot more to a lot more people. A lot more people are going to see it. 7 million views does not translate to 7 million likes. In fact, what I always see, and it's a funny ass thing, a lot of the videos that are put out there on YouTube, if you go and watch, whoever your favorite content creators are or random videos, what you'll usually find is the percentage of likes versus actual subscribers or views of a video, especially the views of a video, is maybe at max 10% on a lot of content creators.
Have.
But the average person, the average nigga that go viral, can they really? Most of the niggas who go viral, that content is not transferable, or the skill that it took for you to go viral is not transferable because you're not really doing nothing. And again, yeah, you better give me my shit and content creators on TikTok bag, bro. You better really get me into it.
No, you're getting yourself into it.
Man, them viewers don't. All right, so to answer that question, because I know people gonna be upset if we don't. It's tough for y'all, bro, because like Agent said, bro, y'all been manipulated to believe that y'all are actually earning viewers in a way.
It's not tough for you. I'm sorry.
Let's stop.
I'm so sorry.
Can
I
go?
It's not tough for them, bro.
Oh my God.
This is the easiest organic growth in the history of making videos
No,
anywhere.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's tough for them that they convinced themselves, and they've committed to this idea that they can be a content creator. And now it's like you're gonna have to really recognize when you go to other platforms. Yeah, it ain't like that. It ain't that sweet. It ain't that easy at all.
It is though.
On where?
IG Reels is a fucking layup.
Not to the degree of TikTok though.
It's matching TikTok. YouTube Shorts is now matching TikTok,
bro. I don't know.
They have replicated when you're in social media. Anytime something succeeds, everyone else tries to replicate it. Anyone that can will replicate it. Snapchat had its stories. IG stole that shit. And that was one of the biggest parts of IG. Like, bro, anything that does well gets stolen. YouTube Shorts and IG Reels is the same thing, but with way less security risk. It still has the same damaging effects to the human brain, but you just have to be cognizant of that.
But do you think YouTube is purposely inflating like the viewership of certain, not the viewership, but inflating how accessible certain videos are?
No, it's still easier on TikTok, but
no, I know for a fact YouTube does inflate certain videos over others. They push certain things for certain content creators over others. Hence the reason why you'll see people who get banned for certain things that other content creators do not get banned for, even though they are breaking the very same TOS, the very same ones. I know it personally. I've dealt with it with YouTube and flashed on them for it.
But this is the easiest it's been to grow on YouTube ever.
This is the part that I agree with you. Why TikTok is so different in China.
This is the Chinese TikTok app we all watch every day.
Oh, that's crazy. So they got something already. Okay. So US, China. And what's funny, that first video, I actually saw this video right here. This guy doing this painting. It wasn't on TikTok that I saw it, though. I saw it, I want to say I saw it on YouTube. But this is the difference between TikTok in the US and China, I guess.
That I agree with you. Why TikTok is so different in China.
This is the Chinese TikTok app.
This bitch eating out of the toilet? Is she for real eating out the toilet right now? Drinking out the toilet? All right, man.
We all watch every day. Dances, teenagers, twerking, silly trends. Meanwhile, this is the TikTok that only China sees. Wholesome, educational, smart. China's version of TikTok is protecting their own kids from trashy content.
You will not see US content creators on Chinese TikTok. You won't see it. You won't see Western content creators for the most part on Chinese TikTok. Anything that has to do with, you know, the excess or the provocative nature of video content that's put out on TikTok here in the States, you won't see it on Chinese TikTok.
There, if you're under 14 years old, you can only watch videos for 40 minutes per day. In China, kids even get an alert to get off their phones and do something else. And between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., they cannot.
Everything is so artistic in Chinese TikTok. Artistic or, technical, different things like that. You don't see a lot of this same old shit that you see here in the States. So they remind them to get off the phone. They can only watch it for 40 minutes a day. They remind them to get off the phone and go out and do something else. And the platform is shut down at specific times.
access the app.
But the problem is that, like, all right, like he said, the export of what U.S. culture is, and he's trying to make the argument that China is kind of like they have control over what type of videos that you see on YouTube. I mean, on TikTok in the United States. Do you agree with that?
They do.
I think they have some control, but I think for the most part, what we see on like the U.S. TikTok, I think that's just a representation of U.S. culture.
Yo, bro,
I think that's a representation of U.S. culture.
You're right. That's not just U.S. culture. That's human nature, bro. You give,
oh yeah, that too though.
You give humans an easy route to get views. Wait, I just had to be obnoxious in public.
Yes.
Wait, I just had to shake my ass. Wait, I just had to dance. They're gonna do it.
Yes.
Those are not hard things to do.
Yes.
But in China, they're choosing to gas videos that will make people more productive. Like, look at this exquisite piece of art. Look at this beautiful dance routine. Look at this athletic performance we've never seen before. Like, they're choosing to gas excellence so people aspire to excellence. Here in America, they gas the lowest common denominator, and then everybody just wants the easiest possible route. There's a difference there in what people are going to be motivated for, and it's 100% manually curated. It'd be one thing if it was all just like
algorithm based,
free market. It's not. Like, we know about heating. We know that manual human beings can decide to gas videos, but then we also know the Chinese one is super censored. Like, it's curated so that people watch it. They're like, yo, I wanna one day get 3 million views because my art is so exquisite that people are jaw dropped by it. Yeah. And so think about the long term impact.
Now here though, I want to get 3 million views by saying something crazy on a podcast mic, man. I need to go buy me a podcast mic, had the craziest hot takes, and I will get 3 million views, man.
And think about,
and that's a difference. But it's also you can blame it on a difference in cultures, but at the same time, when the platform is curated to actually push out things that are to make you more productive, a better member of society on some level, people tend to react to that sort of thing. Just the way that, people tend to react to all of the negativity or the weird hot takes that are put out there in the States. I mean, it's just fact.
Or shake my ass, or
eat
eat out of a toilet, or just throw milk in my body in public.
And in 50 years,
talk about anal
which
play.
country do you think is going to be more productive? Which economy do you think is going to be like? Which one do you think?
So that's what you think. You think this is a massive scheme from China?
Yo, bro, they already did it. Chinese companies already did it.
Why wasn't Trump pushing this, man?
Yeah.
It's like a layup for Trump, man.
Low-key, he was.
It's like a backboard off the. This is like an open 3 for Trump.
He
man.
tried to. No, he dead ass tried to.
He tried to.
Yeah. No, he dead ass did. He tried to.
So
ban
Trump
TikTok.
is amazing. He's a.
No, I just think he was right about certain things. I think he was right about that. I think when he was saying it, I didn't even realize what type of impact it could have. But I also didn't know there was a curated Chinese version. I didn't know that you could manually.
No,
edit videos.
yeah, I knew, yeah.
I mean, you could sit there and at the time, a lot of people just called it conspiracy theories or this nigga's being dramatic. But like in all reality, you don't even want niggas out. You don't want me meddling in your family affairs.
Fact.
Right? You don't want a nigga you don't know in your business.
Fact.
So why would you want another country you don't know in your business?
No,
not just another country, but another country that shares none of the same ideals that you do, who actually wants to fucking get rid of you on some level. Why would you want them to have that personal type of information on you?
I agree with you. We both agree it need to be packed up, and I do feel.
I don't think it will be. I think they're gonna wait. I think they're gonna wait a while. I think they're gonna wait till near election time.
We're already near election time.
Yeah.
We're a year removed from election time. They're about.
All right, that's the end of that video. Yeah, there's a couple of things that I don't think that they really see or understand, like off in the beginning when they were talking about this. But for the most part, this was a damn good video. I mean, it does tackle something that we've talked about this before. A lot of people don't want to believe it. They want to look at things and say, oh, there's no big deal in that. There's no, this, that, and the other. But all these same individuals are some of the same individuals who fight for, the rights that they should have as Americans, for the cultures that they've, curated and created as Americans. But at the same time, you're willing to, on some level, deteriorate your mind on these 15-second nonsensical ass videos for hours and hours and hours a day. And to make it worse, being a grown-up is one thing, but to hand it off to your child and say, you know what, fuck off. You go ahead and, watch this for the next 6, 7, 8 hours throughout this day, and then question why they do the things they do. It's your fault. You essentially handed them something that was going to rot their brain on some level. And it sounds really, really fucking weird to say this because there's so many things around us that actually can do the same exact thing, but you're not sitting in front of those things for multiple hours throughout a day, whereas you are when you're on your phone. But yeah, you guys let me know what you thought about it. Most definitely here in chat and in the comments on YouTube. Please remember, everybody that's on, like the video. Most definitely hop in the chat, subscribe, and if you're on Twitch, give a follow. Subscribe if you would. That's fantastic. Let's see. I've seen one American TikTok on China's. He was helping kids to learn about animals. I saw it on my Facebook. My friend Lu Fan sent it to me. Well, that's the thing. You'll see that type of stuff on other platforms, but it's not going to get pushed to you that greatly. If you're in the West, if you're in the U.S. on TikTok, that's not getting pushed to you. You'll see it on other places. Like I said, the very first video that I saw when they transitioned over to Chinese TikTok versus U.S. TikTok, that painting, I saw it on YouTube. The guy was painting, his son was standing there, and he had his son stand still for a second, and he painted around his feet, and then when he walked away, he painted him in entirety on that wall holding a tree, and it legit looked like his son was still standing there because of the angles that he caught, the shadowing of it. I mean, it was absolutely amazing art, and I was, of course, astounded by it because, hey, I like art in that, like when people can create art of that style. So that's the thing. I mean, U.S. TikTok, though, whenever I go on fucking TikTok, dead ass, every time we've gone on there for a video, it's always been the same type of shit. Always. There was nothing that was really, like, I didn't get consecutive videos of anything that was meaningful, intelligent, or anything else. It was lightweight entertaining, but that's because I understand that side of entertainment in the States. So, yeah. Lowest common denominators. That's what we get on U.S. TikTok. So, yeah, that's enough about that. We're going to go ahead and switch over to gaming. I kind of want to start Wolong right now, but I know I'm not going to be on stream all night. So,